Hello students, in this video we are going to learn poem 9, The Outsider, written by Anonymous. So Anonymous means the poet name is unknown. So this poem, it's written by a physically challenged or handicapped person. So that's why he or she, we don't know whether it's a man or a woman. So he or she felt like she is a outsider. Okay, they are not treated one among the others. That is, along with the normal people, they are not included. They are kept as outsider. So that's why the poem name is The Outsider. So the feeling of a physically challenged person's is given in this poem. Okay, so let us see poem. I am handicapped and wheelchair bound, expected to sit and not make a sound, just to smile and let the world go by with saintly patience and never sigh. So here the poet have said that he or she is handicapped and wheelchair bound. So handicapped means they have some disability. They cannot do the things as normal people do. They have some disability in the body parts. Okay, that is called handicapped and wheelchair bound. You would have seen some people, they will be moving in the wheelchair because their legs are affected by some reason. Okay, it can be anything, by accident or some other disease or like polio. So some or the other reason will be there. They can't move their leg. So they will be sitting in the wheelchair, and with the help of wheelchair they will move around. Okay, so here the poet is also like that. And in the second line, expected to sit and not to make a sound. So what the poet is expressing here, others are expecting them to sit quietly, not to make any noise, any sound, just to smile and let the world go by with saintly patience and never sigh. They expect the person, that is physically challenged person, to smile. Okay, whatever pain or difficulty they may have, they should not make any sound, and they should keep quiet, and they should smile and let the world to go with saintly patience and never sigh. Okay, saintly patience means others expect the physically challenged people to behave like saints, as if they don't have any feelings. Okay, so saints means, the like rishis. Okay, they don't have any personal feelings and all. They will be they don't have any interest on anything. Okay, so like that they should behave. Like that others are expecting them. Okay, so that is in the first stanza. Inside my head thoughts come and go. Ideas are born which long to flow from my lips and link me with others, but words sound strange, so no one bothers. So inside my head thoughts come and go. So the poet may be wheelchair bound, but in head the ideas, it is coming and going. His ideas are still fresh. So much ideas are there, so much thoughts are there, which is overflowing, which is longing to convey to others. Okay, here long meaning is not the short and long, not that long. Longing means very eager. Okay, very eager to flow to others. They want to convey to others, but the words that they say, it is not understandable to others. I think in this stanza the poet want to convey that they have disability in speaking also. Okay, The words sound strange, so no one bothers. What she or he is speaking is not understandable to others, so they don't bother. Okay, what idea they are having inside, it is not interestingly asked by others, so it is just left. So that's in the second stanza. My tongue and lips do not as I ask. I cannot perform the simplest task. So here also what the poet is telling, my tongue and lips do not as I ask. What she want to convey, that tongue and lips are not cooperating. I can't perform the simplest task, simplest thing which I want to tell also. It is difficult to tell. It is unable to convey. Okay, but I have a mind and I'm still there. Don't lock me out in your ignorance there. But still, the mind is still working. I'm still alive. Okay, so don't lock me out in your ignorance there. Okay, so don't neglect me. Don't keep me aside by your ignorance. Ignorance here, the meaning is you are not understanding the capability or the ability of the disabled person. Okay, a normal person may think that the disabled person is not having any idea. They cannot do, they cannot express, they are feeling like that. But it is not like that. They do have all ideas. They have so much things to tell to others. Okay, don't neglect us, don't put us outside. Okay, so that is said in the third stanza. Now last stanza. Talk though I seem not to understand. Touch me, include me, hold my hand. I am alive and I have time to give. Let me share in the life I was given to live. So in the last stanza, what the poet want to convey is, talk though I seem not to understand. So by this line, what the poet want to convey is that he or she is deaf also. Okay, so what you are talking, it is not understandable to me. Okay, so because my ears are not working, I am deaf. What you are talking, I can't understand. But you touch me, you include me, hold my hand. Okay, so I want to mingle with you. So the normal person should touch the disabled person. They should include them. They should mingle with them. Okay, so whatever the normal person want to convey, they should convey. They should not feel that they can't hear, they can't talk, they can't move. So like that they should not think. A normal person should include the disabled person. They should touch and they should give their love towards them. Okay, I am alive and I have time to give. Let me share in the life I was given to live. I'm still alive. Okay, I have time to give what I feel. Okay, so I was given to live my life. So I want to live my life. I want to share my ideas. So come and include me in everything. Okay, so that's the appeal given by the poet in the last stanza. Okay, I hope you understood this poem. So that's all for this video. Thank you, children.